Hi, I'm Sharon Macklis at IDG Communications, here with Do More with R, write your own RStudio add-ins. Writing RStudio add-ins is easy, fun, and takes just a few minutes. Well, that's what Hao Zhu from the Marcus Institute for Aging Research told RStudio Conference this month. It hadn't even occurred to me to try to write one, even though I use them pretty often. So let's take a look at how to make one. What can you do with an add-in? Here's a slide from RStudio's Jonathan McPherson from back when add-ins were first announced in 2016. So, an add-in can help you write code, format code, integrate with external data, kick off scripts, as McPherson said, pretty much anything that regular R code can do. But a couple of things we need to know about add-ins before we get started. One, they're regular R code. More specifically, an add-in is primarily an R function, and that function has to use the RStudio API package somehow. That's how the add-in interacts with the RStudio application. Two, add-ins need to be part of an R package. They can't be a standalone function. They need a package structure around them. And three, add-ins need to include a DCF file with information about each add-in in a package, metadata in a specific format. So here's the surprisingly easy to write add-in function that Hao Zhu demoed at RStudio Conference. Doesn't look that hard. I'll walk you through how to build another add-in, an add-in to edit an R snippets file. So that file is in this location here. My home directory, then folder.r, then subfolder snippets, and the file is r.snippets. I can open that file for editing with the use this package's edit_RStudio_snippets function, or by going several layers deep in the RStudio menu, or by running this code in the console. But let's see how to make an add-in to do the same thing. First, I need an R package. If you look at the add-ins menu, you can see the snippets are arranged in alphabetical order by name of the package that contains them. I want mine to be first, so I name my package ASnippet. You can set up a new package with most of the directory structure you need by going to File, New Project, choose New Directory, and then choose R package. I already did that though, so I'll cancel out of that, and I'll switch to my ASnippet folder and project. So here's how I could open my snippet file with plain R code. I set the location of the snippets file in a variable, then use baseR's file.edit function to open it for editing. Or I can put both of those in a single line of code. Run that, and my file pops open. But remember, a snippet has to interact with the RStudio API using the RStudio API package inside a function. So I can't just use this code for a snippet. Instead, I need to write a function that sends the file.edit command to the RStudio console using RStudio API's call_fun_helper function. So this is a multi-step way to do a simple thing, but bear with me here. Call_fun calls an RStudio function. The function we want to call is send_to_console. That just means we're sending code to the console. The second argument is what we want to send to the console. In this case, the file.edit code that will open my snippets file. The last piece for a working add-in is a separate .dcf file, addins.dcf. That's a plain text file, and it needs to live in a folder called RStudio under a folder called inst in your project. Those folders aren't created by default when you set up a package, so you'll need to create them manually. I did that in advance. You can see that here. The addins.dcf file needs 4 lines of text for each add-in: name, description, binding, and interactive. Name is what you want to call the add-in. Description is fairly obvious. Binding is the name of your function for the add-in. And interactive is either true or false. RStudio needs to know whether the add-in is going to be waiting for user input. In this case, the answer is false. You can see my add-in name is Edit Snippets. The description is opens RStudio snippets file for editing. The binding, the name of the function, is edit_snippets, and it's not interactive. So that's it. Now I just need to build and install the package. I can do that from the RStudio Build tab. I'll click on the Install and Restart button. Now if I look at my add-ins drop-down, I should see Edit Snippets under a snippet. And if I click on that, my snippet file should pop open, and there it is. So why do an add-in instead of just running the function manually? One advantage of add-ins is that you can assign a keyboard shortcut. So if I go to Tools, Modify Keyboard Shortcuts, I can assign a keyboard shortcut to my Edit Snippets add-in. I'll search for snippets in the filter box, and then if I click under Shortcut, I can type Shift-Alt-Command-S, hit Apply, and that's my new shortcut. So you can't see me type, but now if I type Shift-Alt-Command-S, the add-in runs, and my snippet file pops open for editing. Looks like Haoju was right. Fast, simple, and fun. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. For more R tips, head to the Do More with R page at https://go.infoworld.com/morewithR, all lowercase except for the R. You can also find the Do More with R playlist on YouTube. Hope to see you next episode.